Do something which you can do till you go to the grave. You cannot survive on an all-day moong diet or an all-day watermelon juice diet. It is not possible. And don't do it, because every fruit ingredient is very important, because it's got its own goodness. So you cannot have only protein and no carbs. You cannot have only carbohydrate and protein and no fat. Everything is important, provided you take it in a balanced amount. If you go over the limit, then obviously it's going to be a problem. So, I remember in the olden days when we used to plan diet sheets, I don't know if you all have taken diets from dietitians in the past, but if you took diets from dietitians, even myself, I used to see that there was a long list of no's. Don't eat rice. Any diabetic would come, it would be no rice, no sugar, no this, no this, no this, and very few yes. And patient, used to jokingly ask me, Madam, ye khane ke pehle khana hai ya khane ke baad? Because there were so many restrictions. Today we are becoming more flexible. We say eat everything, but it's not what you eat, it's how much you eat which is important. And we have forgotten to keep a control on our portion sizes. I think in India that's the biggest problem. A patient may say I'm eating one chapati, but to a Gujarati one chapati is this much, it's a fulka. Whereas if you look at a Maharashtrian bhakri, it's really big. So the size of the roti also matters. One bhakri is equal to 4 small fulkas. So that has to be kept in mind. Again, the cup of rice. If I tell a patient to eat 1 cup of rice, I mean so much. But if a patient imagines his cup to be so big, then that's a problem. So the portion control is very important. So that is what we can train you in. Yeah, that is something which you will need to be trained. That's why you have these red cups and spoons which are available, which we give to patients, and we educate them that if I'm talking about 30 grams or 100 grams, 100 calories rice, this is what I mean. If I'm talking about 100 calories of coconut, this is how much you can use. So this is what we train our patients on. Okay, I really like this saying which says, man is the only animal who eats when not hungry. True or false? Yeah, if you go to Crawford Market shopping, anybody comes without going to Badshah? You go for a movie, okay, do you ever come out without having the samosa and the coke? Not possible. You want to celebrate anything, it's over mithai, and you cannot say no. And Indian hospitality is the best hospitality. You know the person is diabetic, you'll still push a gulab jamun, and that person will not want to say no, because at home he's not allowed. So even if his sugars are 200 and 300, we will take it. So this is the biggest problem. What I tell patients is we eat out. Nobody is saying don't eat, but don't forget that you've eaten excess. You have to fit in your daily budget. If your daily budget is 1200 calories, and if you've eaten 1200 calories by evening, then expend some of it by going for a walk or doing some activity, and then maybe in the night just have soup, salad and some light food, so that you're not going overboard with your calories. The moment you go overboard, all that gets deposited, and they say every drop makes an ocean, right? So every day if you have 200 calories more, you've gained weight. Now to gain 1 kg body weight, how many calories do you think you need to lose? If a person, like you said, you've come because of obesity, right? So if you want to lose 1 kg body weight, how many calories should you reduce from your diet? Any guess? 400. You think 400? That means 400 means if you 4 chapatis, if you make less, you lose 1 kg. No, I'm saying how many calories? 2000, 1000, 5000. You're close. 6000. Okay, it's 7000. Okay, 7000 calories make 1 kg body weight. And therefore, that's why I say, when we eat, we don't think, and that's why when we gain. So when we have to lose, we have to reduce 7000 calories from our diet. And that's why whenever we are prescribing a diet, we tell a patient on a daily basis, you reduce 500 calories from your diet. So 500 calories into 7 days is 3500 calories. That means the ideal weight loss should be half a kg per week. Anybody who is promising to make you lose 10 kilos and 12 kilos of fat, that means 70,000 calories. Is it possible? That means what are you losing? Are you losing fat? You are losing water. You are losing your muscle, which is not good. Okay, and that is what you should remember. Whenever you enroll on any weight loss program, ensure that you are not doing anything drastic, because that can be even more harmful to you. So 500 calories a day is what we usually tell people to restrict. Again, depends on the patient, it's individualized, and it's not difficult. People think weight lose karna hai, ghas poos khana hai. Diet means ghas poos, okay, which is not true. In fact, there are a lot of tasty things that you could eat when on a diet. Diet means that you eat sensibly and you count your portions. Eat more often. In fact, sometimes patient ask me, Madam, हम तो diet के लिए आए हैं, लेकिन you're giving us more to eat. Because they want you to eat more. The more you starve, you know, if you talk to most people who are overweight, you will see that their problem is that they eat a breakfast or they don't eat their breakfast. They eat lunch and they eat a very heavy dinner, and there is like 6 to 7 hours of gap between the meals. Now what happens is, suppose I tell you that vegetables are going to be on a strike from tomorrow, you know, the vegetable vendors. So what will you do? Will you sit down or will you do something? You will go to the market and go and get vegetables and stock it up in your fridge, right? So similar thing your body does. The moment you don't eat a breakfast, it's like you are telling the body, I'm not going to give you anything. So what does the body do? Will start saving up. So the body spends less. So the body starts saving up. By the end of the day, when you start eating more, your body actually goes and stocks up more calories and you start to gain weight. Therefore, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, which we often miss, and it's the most easily missed meal of the day. You know, it's very easy. If you want to be on a diet, breakfast skip karo. Yeah, but then that is bad. You must eat a breakfast because that will boost up your metabolism. Another way to lose weight is eat more often. Eat every 3 hours. If you can't eat, at least have some buttermilk or have something, but see that you put something in your stomach for every 3 hours, because that will boost up your metabolism. If you boost up your metabolism, you will gain or you will lose weight faster, you will gain more muscle. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. Today everything which is available is, you know, in big size, so don't supersize. Okay, how many of y'all in the house have got slim TVs? Have exchanged your big fat TVs for the slim TVs? Everybody. And how many have 2 TVs in the house? One in the hall. Hall में बंद करो, bedroom में जाके देखो. And today every room has got a TV. I think this is the biggest problem today. You know, the TVs are becoming smaller and we are becoming bigger, you know, in size, and this is true to every house. In fact, sometimes when I tell my patients, you know, कि please आप कैसे भी करके 9 बजे के पहले खाओ. They tell me, मैडम वो तो बहुत मुश्किल है, क्योंकि मेरी बीवी बोलती है कि 8 बजे और 11 बजे के बीच में डिस्टर्ब मत करो, वो मेरा टीवी का टाइम है. So this is a big problem that we have. In fact, you know, we know what is happening to the characters on TV rather than what is happening to the people in our house. It's true, you know, and that is the biggest problem today. In fact, even when we talk to children, when we do screening programs in school, children say that they spend close to 2 to 3 hours watching TV, nearly 1 to 2 hours on Facebook every day. And that is the reason why we are seeing obesity and overweight. How many of us sitting here actually eat together with the family on the dining table? Just 2 people, 3 people, okay? Timings are different. Husband is eating at his own time, child is watching TV and eating. This is another big problem. I think the dining table culture is very important. We should make an effort to eat together as a family. I think that is the most important thing, because that is where the bonding increases, and I'm sure eating healthy will begin from there. So, you know, make that, it's a small effort, but you need to do it. Okay, now we come to this. You all can go and do this. How do you know whether you're in the ideal body weight zone or no? Now, I think whoever is here, most of you all are slim. Okay, I don't really see a weight issue as such. Very well maintained. I said most of the people sitting here. Okay, now how do you know whether your body weight is ideal or no? Okay, anybody who knows their height here? Your height? 5'11". That means roughly around 180 centimeters. Yeah, 181. Okay, no, it'll be 176. You are 176 centimeters. Then you're not 5'11", you're lesser. Okay, so 176 centimeters, I minus it by 100. That means he should be 76 kgs. Okay, that should be his weight. So very simple formula. For a man, you minus it by 100. For a female, you minus it by 105. So suppose you're 160 centimeters, I minus it by 105, that means you should be 55 kgs. Just giving you an example. So this is what it should be. Okay, so that's how you know whether your weight is right or no, whether you're overweight, your normal weight, or whether you're underweight. Another thing is your BMI, which is your body mass index. Now this is a formula. If you know your height and you know your weight, it's very easy to calculate your BMI. Okay, now everywhere in the world the cutoff BMI is 25. But as I told you that Indians are at more risk for getting diabetes, we have cut down the BMI to 23. So anybody who's above 23 is considered to be overweight in India. Okay, anybody more than 25.9 is considered to be obese in India. Okay, so this is something which you should look at. Very simple formula, it's weight in kgs upon height in meters square. We can have the team to check that out for you, your BMI, after the session. Now, this is a major concern today. Okay, you may be normal body weight, you may think you're healthy, but the biggest problem is the belly. Okay, I think in the olden days we used to say, the bigger the belly, it is a sign of prosperity. The more prosperous is the individual, right? We used to say, पेट बड़ा है मतलब तरक्की कर रहा है इंसान. Yeah, but today things have changed. We say the bigger the belly, the faster is he making his passport to go to the grave. Okay, and the belly fat is the worst fat. Okay, and this is the major indicator. It's the most, it's a critical factor for you to judge that if you've got a belly, that means your risk for diabetes, your risk for blood pressure, your risk for cholesterol, your risk for cancer is very high. Okay, now what should be the cutoffs for the waist? For a male, it should be less than 90 centimeters. Okay, now men usually wear pants, so we tell them that if you're wearing pants which are 35, 35 inches and more, that means you are at a risk. I'm sure yours is well within. Yeah, so आपका कितना है? Huh? You don't know, but you don't know what size pants you buy? अच्छा टेलर सीता है, आप पूछते नहीं हो. Okay, so I think you should all go and do this exercise. You should take a measuring tape and just measure your waist at the navel. Okay, for a male it should be less than 90 at the navel. Okay, that's the right, because men and women the waist is different. So that's why we tell you it should be done at the navel. For females it should be less than 80 centimeters, that means 32 inches. And for males it should be less than 35 inches, which is 90 centimeters. Now what are the reasons why you could be developing a belly? Okay, one is definitely sedentary lifestyle. Second is junk food. Working in the office, sedentary, you're just sitting, not doing much activity. In fact, sometimes I just look at the activity today's children have. You have a lift, they come down, there is a pickup, they reach school also there's a lift. Schools are investing in tablets. Okay, children are being given iPads today and they're absolutely doing no activity. They're not going to the playground and doing any playing this. Again, there's a pickup, so activity is really going less. Even for us, we use the lift, we don't even climb stairs. I've had patients who